When the New York Knicks traded for OG Anunoby, they also traded away a lot of the guards that they had on this roster. But by doing that, they created a massive opportunity. And the New York Knicks have one player in mind that they want to seize it, and that's Miles McBride. And recently, the New York Knicks just gave Miles McBride a new long-term contract. We're going to break down exactly the new terms of his deal and also why this is a huge opportunity for Miles McBride. All of this and so much more today. So be sure you're subscribed to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The New York Knicks have signed Miles McBride to a new contract. And not just any old new contract, a long-term deal. Shout out to Adrian Wojnarowski for breaking this news first and reporting the following. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, the New York Knicks are signing guard Miles McBride to a new 3-year, $13 million contract extension. And as you can see in the reply above, Miles McBride replied on the app X, "God is good," with the prayer and heart symbols, because clearly for him, this was a big moment. He signed on long-term with the New York Knicks. Without the guards on the roster for the New York Knicks now, Miles McBride finally has a chance to shine. He is a Tom Thibodeau guy, a Tom Thibodeau favorite, somebody who plays sensational defense. He could do that since he entered the league. He just needed the offense to come. And with more playing time, that might be able to happen. And according to Ian Begley, this opportunity is huge for Miles McBride. And the fact that he's getting this deal from the New York Knicks points to the fact that the Knicks see it as a big opportunity for him too. According to Ian Begley, the Knicks and Miles McBride have agreed on a 3-year, $13 million extension. As noted earlier, McBride will get an opportunity to move into the New York Knicks rotation with Immanuel Quickley now in Toronto. Tom Thibodeau has been a McBride fan since the New York Knicks drafted him. ESPN was first on the Miles McBride extension. NBA insider Steph Bondy also confirms that Miles McBride's salary decreases annually, but it is also fully guaranteed. As you saw there with Ian Begley and Steph Bondy, the New York Knicks signing Miles McBride was no surprise, but the fact of the matter is, Ian Begley reporting that it being a huge, big opportunity for Miles McBride, that he's going to get time in the rotation now that Immanuel Quickley has been traded. It is huge for the Knicks, huge for Knicks fans, but honestly, it is huge for Deuce. Deuce has been patient, playing in Westchester, being called back up to the Knicks roster, playing when they've been injured and dealing with injury, never saying a word, always being committed to the work, to practice, to the play. And now, after years of all of that, he finally gets a chance. He finally gets an opportunity. And he also gets a long-term contract extension with the New York Knicks. He gets paid, he stays in New York, and he helps become that defensive backcourt specialist that the New York Knicks need and that Tom Thibodeau loves. You can't hate it. You gotta love it. And for $13 million, McBride is going to be making $13 million over the next 3 years. For me, that's an incredible bargain for somebody like Miles McBride, somebody who fits the New York Knicks and what they try to run perfectly, somebody that Tom Thibodeau loves, somebody that you can insert immediately when you need some defense, or if you're dealing with injury, he can help there too. And I think now with Immanuel Quickley gone, the bench is definitely going to feature Dante DiVincenzo and Miles McBride. And I think Quentin Grimes gets moved back to the starting unit because now you get even more defense with Grimes and OG Anunoby. Or maybe they don't do that. They keep Dante in the starting unit, and then you got Grimes and you got McBride cooking off the bench. Maybe that's what they're going to look to do. I'm not sure yet, but I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm so happy for Miles McBride. Like I said before, this kid has worked day in and day out in this league for the New York Knicks in practice, doing so without a complaint, without as much of a report coming out about him that he's disgruntled, that he's unhappy, that he wants to be traded. Nothing. Happy about being in New York, happy about the chances that he gets, happy about the opportunity. And now, because of everything that he's done for this team, all the patience that he's shown, finally, he now gets a chance to shine for this team and take this huge opportunity that the Knicks are presenting him with. Because I'm telling you something, if Miles McBride can take advantage of this opportunity and run with it and showcase his abilities, not only on the defensive end, but hopefully an improved offensive game, I think his value is going to shoot up. I think he's going to be an important piece for this New York Knicks team moving forward. And I think he's going to help bring stability on the defensive end for the New York Knicks. And one last point I want to mention. If you want to trade for, let's say, a DeJounte Murray, who is definitely a defensive specialist and somebody you want to bring along with Jalen Brunson in your backcourt. Let's say you want to sub him out for another player. Who's the best player you can sub him out with for somebody on the New York Knicks right now that might be relatively low in value? Oh yeah, I know who it is. It's this guy, the guy that the New York Knicks just signed to a long-term 3-year contract, Miles McBride. If that's what the Knicks are doing, if that's the chess move that they're playing, I see you. I see you. I feel you. I'm waiting for the announcement that the New York Knicks have signed one of these premier guards, either in DeJounte Murray or Donovan Mitchell. Either way, I'll be happy, but all signs are looking like they're pointing to the New York Knicks going after DeJounte Murray. However, the New York Knicks signing Miles McBride is a huge step in that direction. You may not think it, but the Knicks signing a defensive specialist in a guard like Miles McBride speaks volumes in regards to the next move that they're going to make. You make this move for a defensive guard. That means you're likely going to need a defensive guard playing with Jalen Brunson in the backcourt starting. Who's going to fit the bill with that? I think DeJounte Murray checks that box and so much more. And I think that's the next move. Only time will tell, but this Miles McBride move by the New York Knicks and Leon Rose is really underrated, and I think it's not going to get a lot of highlights. But for me, the New York Knicks doing this is huge. It's giving Miles McBride a huge opportunity, and if anybody else is going to run with it, I think Miles is absolutely going to run with it, but also take advantage of it. But what about you guys? What do you think about the New York Knicks signing Miles McBride to a new contract and giving him this new huge opportunity? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.